the market are anticipating in terms of potential supply disruptions from Iran? Because what's the supply situation there as it is?
Yeah, as it is, it looks like it's fine. So the regions that are the big, or near the big oil producers, the oil production doesn't look like there's been, from what we can tell, significant protests in those areas. So there's no obvious signs of disruption at this point, which is why it's all premium. But for reference, back in the middle of last year, the oil price Brent went from the low 60s all the way up to $77. And there was practically no disruption then either. So there was a $15, $16 move higher in the oil price on no disruption, pretty much all premium, all geopolitical was premium, and that's what this is a fraction of that so far.
Just heard his son last week. Well, it's really to his credit before this kind of started to take off again. And he warned me, he said, he's not so convinced that the market is that oversupplied this year, which was one of the reasons why we've seen prices down so much. He said, yeah, there's extra storage on floating barrels, but it's not what you're seeing inventories overflowing everywhere. Could you give me your take on what you think the supply situation is both right now and for the remainder of the year?
Of course, yeah. No, look, I think above consensus, neutral to very slightly bearish view, which has actually been one of the more bullish views, if not the most bullish view out there on crude oil. And that's been all about the uncertainty. Part of that's about the uncertainty around exactly what the demand level is. There's a huge variation both on the demand and the supply side across not just the street, but the consultants, third parties. There's a big debate about exactly what the level of demand is, level of supply is, and there's a big range on the estimates. And that just takes away some of the certainty around the balances, and that's why I was in a show you moment. We show you the surplus. There has been something of a surplus. Most of it's getting absorbed by China, though, and most of it's being impacted by supply disruptions. Having said that, all this can change very quickly. So obviously, the geopolitical risk premium can completely collapse if there's some kind of more certainty around Iran. You could have a Russia-Ukraine deal at some point, perhaps.
That's good, Joe.
Actually, that happens around the summer of this year.
Stock market savage. I was waiting to see if some of our subscribers pop into the live. I hope that people come and watch these lives and really get an opportunity to just listen to my opinion and my take from an everyday investor on ways that you can use the market to change your life. You can use the stock market to change your life. Stock market savage is what I call myself. And I appreciate everybody that's subscribing to the channel and following me on my journey to build $1 million stock portfolio. That's my journey, to build $1 million stock portfolio and to scale this account without blowing it up. And to be one of the best Native American investors and traders that ever did it. Kool-Aid. What's happening, Kool-Aid? I hope everybody in the live, you dog. You know me, I'm up here trading the market, man. Trying to see what's going on with these stocks. But Palantir, the NASDAQ is down. NASDAQ is down. I'm still in here. I'm still long on Netflix. Look at that price. Look at Netflix at $88.19 a share. Um, you know what I mean? I'm trying to hit some money on the play to buy some more of that Netflix while it's down. So when it shoot back up to 100 plus and go beyond, you know, they making a big deal out of Netflix. Wants to buy Time Warner, but Paramount trying to buy it too, I believe. But you know, Netflix been falling since November. The stock price been falling since November, and you know how people panic and they sell their stocks. So we got 22 people in the live. The thing about it, guys, is so the CPI report today was good. Like and subscribe. We got 22 people, man. You know, it's really important that you guys like when you come into the live. That really, really increases the algorithm. And also, I'm definitely trying to monetize the channel, guys. When this channel starts to generate income, then I can, as I grow the channel, this is where we will produce income to continue to give away the monetary cash gifts. Remember, when we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm giving 10 people $100. I'm gonna have somebody randomly select 10 subscribers, and I'm gonna give y'all $100 each. So we're gonna give $1,000 away when we hit 1,000 subscribers. So tell people to come to the channel and to like and subscribe. What's up, Sophie? Sophie. I don't know. You know, you might need your parents' permission, but I'm gonna start needing some moderators for my channel. So I want you to be a moderator to, you know, when people talking crazy and being disrespectful, to, you know, put them out the lives and all of that. So learn about being a moderator for a YouTube channel. We are going to monetize this channel because I give out good information. So today we talking about ways to strategically hedge yourself in case the stock market goes down. In case the stock market goes down. And what things should you own? What should you own in case the stock market goes down? Well, we know that people are going to continue to have groceries no matter what. I'm buying my shares back in Kroger. I had bought Kroger. I made some money on the shares. I sold them. But I'm getting ready to get back into Kroger. I want my shares back in Macy's. I made money off Macy's. Macy's is like trading around $22 a share. To me, that's a steal. Macy's will grow. Macy's is a forever brand. I shop at Macy's. My mother shops at Macy's. My great auntie, my grandmother's older sister shopped at Macy's. And so because I shop at Macy's, I feel like I should own Macy's. I wear a lot of polo. I own Ralph Polo. Ralph Polo pays a dividend, which is when you get so much money every month or every 90 days for owning a stock. You should have shares in stocks that pay dividends as much as you can, because that helps you to compound, and that helps you to build and accumulate more wealth into your portfolio. At this point, I'm down $1,000. I'm down $1,154.57 on Netflix, because I started buying Netflix when that shit was like $103 a share, $105 or something, because I feel like it's going up. And so as it went down, I bought more, and I'm getting ready to buy even more. That's like a form of reverse dollar cost averaging. But the way that I'll make money while it's going down is I'll take a stock options contract and I'll take a put options contract, which is like a short. And I just took a couple put options contracts saying that Netflix, the price of Netflix was going to drop, and I swung them out like 3 months down the line. So that means they already in the money. So the further Netflix goes down, the more money I'll make. And while I'm making money on the downside, I don't have to panic sell my shares, because where I'm losing right here because the price is going down, I'll be gaining on my options contract because the price will be going down and my options contract will be gaining in profit a lot faster than this price will affect me. And so there are ways to create strategic hedges around your portfolio. So if the market does crash, you don't have to panic sell your stocks, especially when you have and you're holding on to high quality stocks. During a crash, all the stocks are going to go down, even high quality stocks. So you don't just panic sell, you know, because other people are selling because they have purchased stocks on borrowed money. It's called leverage. It's called margin. It's different ways that you can refer to it. A lot of professionals and a lot of retail investors like myself who have grown their portfolios to a substantial amount of money can borrow money from their broker to buy stocks. But if you get caught up in a margin call where the market goes down unexpectedly for some reason, before you have before you have an opportunity to make a move or to so hedges around your portfolio should already be in place, in my opinion. I do. Disclaimer, I am planning on pursuing school to become a certified financial planner, which means I will be able to legitimately legally give out investing advice. But at this time, I have not obtained those certifications, and anything that I talk about is just my opinion and my commentary as it relates to how I feel about what's going on in the American stock market and sometimes global markets and futures and forex and crypto, which I trade in all of. And so I am an active trader, and I am speaking on, my experiences as an active trader. Understand that when you are an investor and when you decide to invest, that it is a possibility that you could lose some or all of your initial capital. But investing is in the stock market is an American institution. And that's my disclaimer. So I talk about stocks that I own, stocks that I want to own, and stocks that I've traded in and out of, as well as the same when it comes and relates to crypto. Shout out Clientele Clothing, who made this special Center Park hat for me. Shout out Center Park Bloods. You see how quiet we move? We had two hood days on January the 11th was the 108th Clicks Hood Day. On January the 8th, was the 108th Street Clicks Hood Day. January the 11th was 111th Street Clicks Hood Day. Shout out Westside Center Park Bloods, Inglewood, California. Shout out the Cleveland faction. You know what I'm talking about. Shout out the Indiana faction. You know what I'm talking about. Shout out to Detroit faction. Shout out to Arizona faction. Shout out to Las Vegas faction. Shout out to Oklahoma Center Park Bloods. You know what I'm talking about. Originated in Inglewood, California. Founded by my godfather, Big Taco and Big Spaghetti. You know what I mean? Whoa. Real Cleveland Damu. Free LAJ. The blood that bought the set down here in 1987. Took over the King Kennedy Housing Project. Made $1 million a month at the height of the 80s crack epidemic. Had a cocaine powder flow from Los Angeles to Cleveland. Yeah, snowfall and bleeding, blood. That part, nigga. I'm 55 years old, blood. Born in 1970. December the 29th. Original motherfucker mama brought me from Akron to St. Clair when I was 2 years old, nigga. We moved on 148th in St. Clair when I was 2 years old. And when I was 3, we moved from 148th in St. Clair to 93rd, nigga. Down the street from the Double Glock. Busy Bones. I used to date Busy Bones' sister. Busy Bone father loved me, nigga. We used to drink 40s and drink 64-ounce jugs of beer and get high in their house, nigga. Because he ain't want us to be in the street banging on the GDs, nigga. Back then, the GDs was our enemies. And that's crazy. GDs is my niggas today. I click with the GDs is the ones who pushing my records in the Southwest and in Texas, nigga. Chicago GDs. You know what I mean? Santorio Hector. Download the albums on all music platforms. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out my Uncle Mike. You know what I'm talking about? Eastside Linwood Neighborhood Crip. My uncle got sentenced to 19 years in the Ohio Crip conspiracy case when the Crips came and took over Akron, nigga, the east side. That's my uncle, nigga. Bought that Crip shit, that motherfucking the Act Town, nigga. My uncle was down for a body. We ain't even gonna talk about that. While he was down for a body, he met a Crip nigga. Went to LA when they got out. Probably put some work in on the Down Moon. You know what I'm saying? Got put down, bump back with the neighborhoods and shit. Take over Akron with the neighborhood Crips, nigga. Everything in the records is real. Motherfucker 360 this life, changed this life around, bro. You know what I'm talking about, nigga? I was working a 9 to 5, and I wouldn't have never was gonna quit my job. The bitch ass nigga got me fired on some hoe shit, and they gotta pay for that, nigga. My job was, but you know what? That shit set me free to know that I could trade really full time and make that shit happen. A little sucker ass $183 a motherfucking day. If you think about it, bro, $23 an hour, 8 hours a day, you making $180 something a day, nigga. But the money I had saved for that whole last year, putting in the stock market, every time all I did was work, nigga. That's why I was taking niggas on calls, nigga. Taking that OT, putting that shit in the stock market. I told all them goofy ass niggas when I first started this shit, it was $0 in them accounts. I started with $0. I told them niggas at my job, nigga, let's get this money, nigga. I know how to pick stocks. Told the niggas the stocks I was buying, ran up a portfolio to $83,000. Them niggas could have had the same money. Could have had the same fucking money. They tried to fire me on some fuck shit. Thought I was gonna be in here fucked up. And thought I was gonna be thirsty for that little punk ass, soft ass settlement that they trying to give a nigga. And it ain't even worth 3 months' salary, man. Get the fuck out of here. There go the white boy driving his car while he still owe me money. He gonna come out that yellow ass motherfucking Pac-Man car, gonna be on 4 fucking flats if he don't pay me. Let me know! My cheddar cheese, Wardy. Let me know. Bring me that guapo. Driving around. Fuck, you driving around, nigga. Paying what you fucking owe. Niggas, I be ready. I be the fucking crashed out on the nigga about $20, $30, nigga. Like a nigga got kids. Niggas be knowing what they owe a nigga. I don't even be fucking with niggas. Niggas be knowing what the fuck. Niggas ain't got no honor, nigga. That nigga shit done took some shit. Knew exactly what you fucking was taking up out of here. Took it. But then the story fucking changed after the fucking fact. You coming from fishing or something? Come fish your ass over here. What's up, Aiden? I thought you said you was gonna send that. Come holler at me. I ain't finna be yelling, but I'm glad you heard me. My cash app's still the same. My cash app's still the same. Don't nobody give a fuck about him having no guns either. Everybody got fucking guns. But come pay my little soft ass couple dollars. And that tall ass nigga Ant too with his crip ass. Dishonorable ass motherfucker, crip ass motherfucker. You know he owe me some money too. If I was to terrorize this bitch like they workers do, or like they workers thought they was doing, they don't want me to do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure I got way more goons. What's good? What's good? What's good? Look at. What's up, look at? I want to move into some raw shit. Like, but you know what? I ain't gonna do it. I'm thinking I'm about to find me a nice four-suiter apartment for the taxes. I know right where one at, right off St. Clair, in the area of St. Clair where there's a lot of businesses and banks. It ain't really bad. It's savage, but you know, I'm from St. Clair, motherfuckers. That's all that shit. I move around and all that shit, so I would be good. It's a four-suiter apartment building just sitting there. I know that bitch is for the taxes. I know that's why it's sitting there. And it's the foundation, all that shit, and it's 2 lots on both sides of it. If I get the building, that means I can get the lots on both sides of it for $100. About to go see if I could grab that bitch for the taxes. I met me a realtor. Fine ass realtor too. Hell yeah. I've been stacking this money in the market, in the stock market. They gonna pay me a decent settlement because I'm put that shit right in the market. Flip that. You know, if I'd have took that 6, I ain't gonna lie. Because they want to give me a little soft ass 10,000. I ain't gonna lie, I had the shit before Christmas. I know that 6 will be at least 12 by now. I'd have dubbed it up. But nah, pay me what you owe me. They owe me $3,687 in just PTO. I had just hit a fresh 2 years. They owe me 160 hours of PTO time. Why would I ever settle for $10,000 and you fired me on a wrongful termination and a motherfucker discriminated against me because that nigga, excuse my language. You know what? I'm gonna excuse my language. I'm trying to stop talking like that, but I'm from the hood too, and I talk like just like they talk, even though I'm a Native American. I grew up in the turf on St. Clair. You know what I'm talking about? Same neighborhood Bone Thugs and Harmony is from, for real. Same neighborhood and community that Bone Thugs and Harmony grew up in. That all them documentaries talk about how rough they neighborhood was. Yeah, I don't know where that girl who do the podcast came talking about Longwood ain't like it used to be. That's little condo townhouses down there. That's not the roughest neighborhood anymore. You know what I'm talking about? Come to Pakistan. Come to 105 in St. Clair. Come to 93rd. Come on my mama street. I could take you to 3 spots on my mama's street where motherfuckers got murdered and shit got shot up and houses and all that and bullet holes and shit where motherfuckers came through and lit shit up. And, you know, just the murders that already done took place and it's the first month of the new year. These motherfuckers are slaughtering shit. Motherfucker bleeding out in the cold. Little homie I woke up yesterday morning to a motherfucker over there on Kinsman where the GDs used to control, shot 3 times in the face. Shot 3 times in the face. I'm fucking 55 years old. I can't even put my pistol down. You crazy as fuck, I'm not. Never walking out the house without no strap on me. Now, I done did my time. So President Trump is right. I definitely should be able to have my rights. I changed my life, go to work every day, have children, shit to live for. I ain't in the streets moving around, don't sell no type of drugs. I fuck with weed, nigga. I fuck with herb. It's basically legal and it should be. That's it. Cannabis. So, you mind your business. These youngers got military assault grade weapons, extended clips, and all of this shit. They don't give a fuck who they murdered. Cold blooded. Man, stop playing. You can't even put the fucking gun down. Back even in the Western days, the coldest motherfucking gunslingers, they want to go have a family, chill out, lay back. I done did my time, the gun slang, then I'm to put the gun down, take the gun belt off, and you know what I'm saying, hang the gun belt up and just live life. Not these niggas. Not these niggas. Wonder why motherfuckers move out when motherfuckers get to moving in their neighborhood. You don't know what motherfuckers is into. Stop playing. You know what I'm talking about. Man, stop playing, bro. Fucking shit. You know, it's crazy. Even when I was selling drugs, right? Even when I sold dope, like, my father was in the fucking mafia. Like, I always the type of neighbor clean my yard, have my yard clean, my grass always cut, that type of shit. If I see my neighbor's yard not cut, I'll cut their grass and shit while I'm cutting my grass. Keep my house nice. No bullshit come to my crib. You wouldn't even never know I sold drugs. I got traps. I go to the trap house and trap out. I don't sell drugs out my spot. I might have them there, but I trap out a spot. I'm moving around. I ain't, you know what I mean? So, you know, that that's how I always had a trap spot. When I turned 18, when I was a young YG, and when on my 18th birthday, I was given a trap spot with the pack. Hey, that's what we want back. Wow, sweet. My G homie was pumping $1 million or more worth of crack out the projects, and I came from the streets to investing. I apologize for using the word nigga. I'm from the street. I'm kind of hood. I'm trying to get that shit out of my system. But the guys that got me fired, the African American brother that got me fired, it's like they was mad at me because my mother married a white man and my father who raised me from a baby was white. And I'm Native American. Anybody who been following the channel, if you don't know, I'm a dark-skinned Native American. And, my people, I am like really the chief of a tribal nation that is in the process of seeking our federal recognition back. No, and they reclassified our people as colored. Here's a letter that I have from the Native American Rights Fund telling us that we needed a casino backer because they looked at our genealogy and they know who we are. Native American Rights Fund. This was in 2004. Before investing carefully, read and consider fund investment objectives, risks, charges, expenses, and more. Prospectus at Invesco.com. Dad, are we really gonna miss the game? I think we're stuck here. Are you guys doing okay? Dad, it's John Elway. Our plane's having mechanical problems, and I think we're gonna miss the big game. Well, I'm gonna badge you to the game. You're welcome to join me. With badges, you're guaranteed a recovery point. There's over 5,000 planes from 500 of the best companies. And you're ready to badge it to your destination. That's really cool. Do you always have a chauffeur vehicle waiting for you? It's all complimentary on badges. It's the one and only way to travel. Thanks, John. You saved the day. Thanks, buddy. Well, for a complimentary flight.
I wish I loved my smile.
I wish I could get implants.
I wish money wasn't so tight.
I wish I could justify the cost.
I wish my insurance could save me more on dental implants.
See what it can do at Clear Choice. Show us your insurance card and save $5,000 on fixed full double arch implants. That's insurance assurance on a smile that's built for life. Schedule your free consultation today.
The process could take 12 to 15 years. We could only suggest that you contact the Administration for Native Americans, which I did. They trained me. They trained me on how to write grants to get money. They asked me to be a reader. They said additional ways depending on gaming and casino backer to support this effort. Most tribes seek casino backers. You see my name? The Law Office Administrator for the Native American Rights Fund. So they told us back in 2004 we should get a casino backer. That's all of a sudden, these white people, all of a sudden, then they ran and hurried up to get casinos in Ohio. And the Shawnees from Oklahoma, all of a sudden. In 2004, when I got this letter from the Native American Rights Fund, was when they started pushing for casinos. You know, I was in the street. I'm a young tribal chief. I was selected to be the next chief of our tribe. We come from a matriarchal tribe, so the women elders select the chief of the tribe because the women, obviously, for some reason, I guess they could see what chief. That is, anyway, the women select the next chief of the tribe. You know what I'm saying? Inheritance is, we trace lineage through the mother. And, I'm a Native American. And it's just that we seek, redress for the damages that was done. And we deserve that. You know what I mean? As a people. And so that's why I'm so on what I'm on, because I experience reverse racism from both sides of the fence, because that's what I be trying to tell people. African American people teach their children to be hateful and be racist too, because I used to experience that from people I used to fight a lot when I was in school from people talking about my father being white. Little African American children. I don't like to say black, what is black? Because it's dark people from different races and ethnicities. I'm a Native American. You know what I'm saying? Child support tested me for my race. DNA Diagnostic Center. I got 2 Caucasian baby mamas. Really, I got 3. I got 3 baby mamas. One of them is all Caucasian and 2 of them are half white. So my great grandfather was European, descended from an English knight. Well, I'm a Native American, you know what I'm saying? It's the paperwork to prove it. And, they tried to reclassify our people, and then I found the records from where our people was originally classified on census records as Indian and Native American, and they changed our race to color and try to disconnect us from the inheritance that's due to us through our ancestors signing certain treaties that was ratified. So, I had a different type of life. And then you see the letter from the Native American Fund that told us in 2004, I'm in Ashtabula, Ohio, That's the year I met Prince T. Rogers, the founder of the almighty Black Peace Stone Blood Nation on the West Coast in the jungles in the city. That neighborhood where Denzel was at in the movie Training Day. You know, like, I'm a real blood gang member, but I'm not active. I changed my life. I don't do nothing illegal. Um, I'm a music producer and I'm an investor. I was a maintenance tech at these properties. And I was one of the best techs that they had. And that's why I have the lawsuit going on that I have. The African American supervisor lied on me and got me fired. I mean, a flat out lie. The shit that they said that I did, I didn't do. And the shit that they said that I said, I didn't say. And they can't just play me like that and fired me. And I've been here 2 years and was like 2 weeks past my 2-year anniversary of some shit that a nigga lied because this motherfucker was trying to think he was gonna be bullying me around and having me doing his homeboy's work. You got these dudes hired, you get $200 for each one of the motherfuckers that last 90 days. I'm not about to do 90 days worth of their work for them to make it through the probationary period so you can get $200. I got my own work to do. I'll help them niggas. I'll help them. I'll help anybody on the team catch up on their work. But I'm not just about to do their work for them. Not because, no. Got my own shit to do. Nigga got me fired. And they goofy ass gave me a letter of termination saying they fired me for something that was said at a meeting at 8 o'clock in the morning. But I'm talking to both of their ass at 2 and 3 o'clock in the middle of the work day. And then they got scared when they found out I was texting corporate. I had already asked for a transfer, so they come up with this shit, make up a lie on me and get me fired. And I got their ass. And the Equal Opportunity Employment Commission, they sided with me. They charged them with discrimination. They charged the company with discrimination against me. So they gotta pay me something. Right now, the beef is I'm not accepting what they offer. They gotta pay. They gotta come up with more money than that. Period. Or we taking it to the next fucking level. Then you gonna spend more money than you want to spend anyway, so I don't give a fuck. My case is already proven and I got witnesses.
Okay, all right. I'm trying to mess around. I probably don't have time to
Shout out to everybody in the live. I don't have my reading glasses on. I see. Nigga, you get no money, you broke ass. New cake. New cake. If you say so, I ain't even gonna respond to you or to your negativity. Cause for one, I don't know who you are, but the fact that what you saying has no truth, I'm just gonna ignore you. I ain't even gonna kick you out the live today. You know, sometimes you gotta let your people observe ignorance and observe haters. There's a lot of people in the live that do rock with me. So why are you here? Leave. You understand that you should leave if you don't desire to be here, goofy. Selling what? Thank you, Sophie. Thank you, Sophie. Now back to what we were talking about, which is strategic hedging, protecting your investments. And where do you invest in the market if the market is crashing, what stocks will be secure? Family Dollars, because you know when money is tight, Family Dollar, people is going to Family Dollar when money is tight. you know, people still have to buy clothes. People still have to buy food. So retail, energies, people still got to pay their light bill, their gas bill. You feel me? Now, another way to make money if you own stocks when the market is crashing, or if you think the market is going to crash, because let me tell you something. Once they realize that the market is really going to fall, all of the put options contracts, which are the contracts that you put in when a stock is falling, they're going to be more expensive when they realize you should, if you think that Robinhood is going to go from 117 a share where it's at right now, and when the market crash, it's going to drop to 50, you should be putting in your $50 put options contract right now and swinging it out to like the end of this year. So if it starts to fall sooner, boy, you know, the more it fall, the more money your options contract is worth. You feel me? What's the goofy that said I don't get no money? What's they Lukek? Yeah, Lukek is a hater. You can see how a hater, but they got a number two. They got a number 2 top fan badge. How could a hater be a top fan? It's so many contradictions. You see what I mean? So maybe it needed to be some type of excitement for me to show how much control I've really gained and the type of power that I've come into 2026 with, that I can ignore a nobody who, if they saying something that's not true, how could they set me off? Oh, you don't get no money. Okay, if you say so. You know, my lights on, my Wi-Fi working because my computer on. You know, my bills paid some type of way, so it really don't matter what they talking about doing. My apartment is nice. It's mine. I live here. I broadcast from here every day, don't I? I got nice views out the window over the property. I don't have to, you know. Lil Keck probably live with his mom or his wife, who's probably responsible for the majority of the bills. Probably half a man, half grown. That's why he thinks I'm half a man and half grown, because we know you can't really be grown if you don't have no money. So no, yeah, I get all types of money, brother. So that remark that you said could never even set me off. We coming into 2026 with so much power that, you know, irrelevant remarks, comments, and people, you know, we give you a dose of intelligent embarrassment to make you feel as small as your mind is. Worried about another man's pockets anyway. You should be trying to figure out how you can get some money. Buy Netflix, in my opinion. Stupid ass nigga. Buy Netflix for $88.25. Can you buy one share right now? Do you have $88.25 for one share? I think that Robinhood is still a buy and it's falling. At 117, I think that's still a buy though. Robinhood gonna hit $150 a share. So if you was to get it at 117 and it just kept going down and you just held it, it still ultimately really wouldn't matter. You dollar cost, they tell people the dollar cost average into an investment anyway. That mean like if every time you got paid, you might put $50 in the Robinhood, or you put $50, you buy $50 worth of Netflix every time you get paid. So you dollar cost average into owning more and more shares. You buy partial shares. If a stock pays dividends and you have partial shares, you get partial dividend payments. Yes, you do. So that's still a form of compounding. I'm still in this Forex trade, y'all. This bitch right here, though. Look where I got stuck in this bitch again, y'all. Right? Then I got, man, today, it's 2:05. So, you know, at 2:05 in Eastern Standard Time in the futures, it's the American futures session. So that means London has departed. And if London has departed, this is all New York. And so New York is pushing the price of the Great British Pound Sterling down. The US dollar is strengthening right now. The CPI data report came out. I was watching that earlier. I got the financial news on the television. Y'all know I smoke. You know, this is a financial commentary and opinion channel about the stock markets and global markets and investment instruments, tools, you know, my opinions and comments on how to utilize those tools, how to implement some of this information. You know what I'm saying, that I feature on my channel. I don't always own the rights to, when I feature information from CNBC and the different programming, they own the rights to the content. CNBC, Market Alert.
I like Larry Lindsay too.
Sullivan, the Irish.
Are we accommodating? Look, core PCE 3.1%.
You know, the unemployment rate has risen over the last 3 years by a full percentage point, okay? And the labor markets have a lot of tatters inside of them. And we see that the inflation rate has come down dramatically from the peaks. Inflation expectations are anchored. And I think when you're trading off that dual mandate of labor market inflation, you're supposed
Okay,
to be
Sophie.
more on the inflation,
Have a great day in school. Take care of your business. Top student. You know what I mean? Blessings and God's protection. Buy Netflix. Tell your mom to buy Netflix. Tell your mom, buy Netflix. Just buy it. Buy it. Buy it. Buy it. Buy it. Buy it. Netflix. Netflix. Get it now while it's cheap, in my opinion. Got that ponytail. Get to the money.
Zero interest rate policy because they're a mess over there. But we need to go back to 2019. You need a negative interest rate.
I know he ain't had no rings on his finger. He getting to that money in the market with that long ponytail. He a rich playboy. Money out the market.
Believing that somehow neutral is higher, which I've argued with you, Kelly, many times, that it's the balance sheet that masked that for years. The balance sheet's back to neutral, and I think we're going to go back to these lower neutral.
But just all you're saying, so we're at 3.6 right now, and all you're saying, some people say, okay, we can cut down to 3. You're saying, no, we can cut down to 2. And JP Morgan said we shouldn't cut it all right now. So.
But I love that. I love that we have all these differences. That, you know, my career's been made out of being, you know, kind of a little bit out of the ordinary. So I'm going to step out and just say, I think we're going back to neutral that's kind of consistent with where we were back in 2019, especially if this balance sheet stays here. And you know, I think the labor market is giving me lots of signals that I'm right.
So David, on that point, what is the roadmap you're looking at, the catalyst that can get us there, kind of a time frame? So if we're watching and saying, okay, we're going to get there at the end, what's your time frame and what are you looking for?
Look, I think a lot of it needs to be Federal Reserve thinking changes because they've migrated to that 3.5 thought, and that's coming up from the 2.5 thought. And I think it comes when we get new Fed governors, because most of the new Fed governors and new chair and new vice chair over the next 2 to 3 years are going to be of that supply side thinking model that
like Kevin Hassett or like Kevin Warsh or like even like Chris Waller and Mickey Bowman. Both of them kind of sit on that side of the story and just say, look, these growth numbers we're getting are coming from the supply side. They're not coming from excess aggregate demand. And they're disinflation.
Watching the 10-year. Because
And it's going down today, right?
what? It's down like a basis point.
10-year hasn't moved for a year and a half.
No, like,
I mean, it's fluctuated. Rick Santelli's probably pulling his hair out where it is right now. But it's traded, but it's at the same level now as it was 18 months ago.
The volatility's collapsed.
I mean, I watch it because
Despite 3 rate cuts.
we were below 4 on in late October. As the deficit was looking better, as the inflation was looking cooler, we backed up 15 or 20 basis points. And I haven't actually seen what it is the last couple of hours. But is that telling us, especially the risk is if you put in officials who are going to lower rates, but the economy is telling you we don't need that, the 10-year is going to go the other way. You know that.
So I think there's a risk to that. But if we were going to blow
I
up
need to see that again.
and de-anchor them in any meaningful way, we would have done that, Kelly, when we were at 9% inflation, and we never did that. The curve inverted, we had the biggest inversion ever, we had five-year break-evens, unchanged. I just don't buy this story. I think inflation expectations are anchored, and possibly even better than anchored, and I think we've got a lot of disinflationary pressures coming from the AI, coming from the weaker labor market, coming from the technology all around, and the dereg, and the one big beautiful bill. So I'm excited about my trade. Maybe as to kind of get to Sarat's point, which is this isn't tomorrow's trade. I always, I'm a pretty slow-moving guy. I don't talk about day-to-day stuff, but I talk to quarter, year to year, stick in the same trade for a long time. I think this is going to be the most interesting debate at the Federal Reserve table for a very long time. Where is the real neutral rate?
And I think that's the point, right? Day-to-day movements get clouded, right? We lose the forest for the trees. So it's like kind of looking down a couple quarters where we're also looking to say, hey, are we on the right trajectory? Is the cadence right for what we're looking at?
Yeah. And you think yes or no? Or, I mean, look at the crypto, but Bitcoin's above 97. This doesn't tell you we're in a little bit of a, pedal on the gas kind of situation. Maybe not. Maybe.
But it's like, it's different assets now moving, right? And the stock market's not correlated to this. Now we've got the commodities, we've got the Bitcoin, we've got other things moving, and now where oil's going to be, who knows, in terms of kind of geopolitical. So I think that's good for the market, that it's not all going.
Well, if we attack Iran, which is not a 0% probability, I'm going to say that looking at the camera. I can just tell you, I've talked to a lot of people in DC the last couple of days. It is 100% on the table, right? Because the revolutionary or the revolt protest is nothing like we've seen since 09 or going back to 79. By some measures, thousands have been killed. We don't know. If something were to happen, oil's going to spike, and it's possible that millions of barrels of Iranian oil come off the market.
But then it's very possible.
And if we can get regime change in Iran,
I think most people say
do it.
I mean, then the fallout is that they come back on and it's a regime that's back in the mainstay, and you've got all this oil that actually does come on the market in a traditional fashion, and oil comes crashing down. So you've got that initial spike, and that's what the market's pricing today. Once that's done, and if there is change, which I think would be wonderful for the Iranian people, I think it's a pretty bearish outlook. Positioning in oil kind of stuff. Everybody's wrong.
And listen, we got to go. As I reported yesterday from DC, this growing conflict. The White House wants oil at 50 or under.
Yeah.
The industry does not want under $50 oil. We have that on the record.
Soundbite, yeah.
Yes. That conflict is here.
Yeah. Who's going to win?
That conflict
the Treasury
is here. Maybe 2% neutral again. I don't make hats. I don't make
They
hats.
also want mortgage rates at 5 or lower. I think they're going to. I think they're going to get both.
A unicorn riding a pony on my yacht.
They want both before November.
Guys, thanks. Dave, thanks, I should say. David Jeffries. Speaking of all this, the Fed is out with the Beige Book, which is the regional look at the economy. As that meeting looms, Rick Santelli joins us now with more detail. Rick.
Yes, that's the roadmap to the January 27th to 28th meeting. However, I would caution, if you look at the probabilities in the Fed Fund futures contract, yesterday they were 3%, today they're 5%. Why they went up on hot PPI is anybody's guess. So we're looking at virtually no chance of a rate cut for the January meeting. Having said that, the phrase that was most prevalent in today's Beige Book was, well, it was slight to modest. Whether you're talking about growth, up slight to modest. Talking about prices, up slight to modest. Talking about wages, up modestly. So things are improving actually based on the last several beige books, but not in a huge way. As a matter of fact, it just reinforces the notion that some have about a K economy. Because what was brought up is that the more well-to-do are spending pretty good on luxury items and travel, whereas the bottom of the matter is spending more on things that cost less because they're very, very much price sensitive. So I think that's a fairly good summary. But what you're not going to see is any significant reaction in the market. Look at 2-day of twos. What you should notice is it's not really below yesterday's low yields, but it's been hovering right around 351 for about 20 minutes. So the beige book made little difference. Go down the curve to 10 years. They were hovering at 413. Pretty much that's exactly where they are now.